Only in America, baby. Only in America. And all you communist Chinese can kiss my left butt cheek. All right. I love the people of China. I just don't like the government. Poor people. Tiananmen Square, mowing them down. Boy, it was good. I ate a whole pint of ice cream. Got a splurge every now and then. We all gonna die. And I was thinking about those people that are vegans and all that stuff. Well, I hope Rick ain't in here today. Is Rick in here? Rick's a vegetarian, but God, can you imagine those vegans? Can't even eat cheese or milk? What a miserable life. Let's get this fixed up here. And I do apologize again. I know my refrigerator horrors but it's getting expensive eating out every day. Best like, I am not buying groceries until we get a refrigerator. I'm like, oh. So I finally got one ordered today. I went in there and I was the alpha male. I went in, I didn't even ask Beth. I said, this is the one we're getting. Beth looked at me like, there you go, take charge, by gosh. That's exactly what I did. It was a lot of fun, except it was a lot of money. Can you share your ES chart again? Doggone right, I can, JW. Let's see. This is it, right? This is the chart you want. So let's share grid. Here it is. Share. I'll put it in chat. There we go. If y'all want anything else, let me know. Hey, you know the other thing that I put in yesterday too, you've seen them talk about the 0 DTE mood indicator. I'll put that in too. Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but I got it. Let's see what it looks like. Ta-da! Caution internals are diverging from price. Oh no, the mood is neutral. The stage is deceleration. Mine looks like deceleration a little bit, doesn't it? Gives you what the AD is. I don't know what that is. Gives you the tick. Sector pull, y'all. The potential trade we're looking at right now is an iron condor. Isn't that kind of cool? I'm going to study this, see exactly what it is, but let me share this with y'all too. So this is the SPX 0 DTE mood indicator that a lot of people have been working on. Let me share this with you. Share grid. Ta-da! Y'all might want to play with that some too. It's just fun. Isn't this fun? We get to do this every day. So many people miserable. And here you and I are having a good time. Only in America. Wow, this is so fun. All right. So what does this mean? I guess if you're in here, that means we're neutral, right? If you're above here, you're bullish. If you're down here, you're bearish. So we're neutral on our mood indicator. My mood's pretty good though. So we really got to check this out. Like, what does sector pull mean? No idea. SPX change. Isn't that cool? Tells you the potential trade to put on is an iron condor. I like it. I like it. We may do a strangle today. Not in SPX, God forbid. We may do a strangle. Let's see what we're looking like. All right, let's go back to our 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 thing. Good to see Matt. Where's the boss man at?
He's off today.
There you go. We can stay on till closing time if we want to. This is great. Matt, I love you, brother. I wish you to stop down and see me when you way to Florida. Beth asks about Matt all the time. I swear she asks about Matt more than she does me. Hey, how's old Matt doing?
What city?
Bowden, Georgia. It's not far from Atlanta. We could have met in Douglasville and ate some barbecue at Williamson Brothers Barbecue. That'd be good. We went today. Let's see, where did we eat lunch today? Jefferson's. You've probably been to Jefferson's before.
They have them in Anniston.
Yep, sure do. Jacksonville.
Uh-huh.
So it's their 30th anniversary, and we got a free cup today, which is kind of cool. Anyway, I'm talking about everything but trading, y'all. So good to see Matt, Shortball, Dwayne, Jim, JW, Magus. Who's over here? Dwayne. All right. So happy everything. All right, y'all. AD's 35. It's flat. The market is flat. This is flat. The VIX is at 1798. It's going down as we expected it to probably normalize again. We had an open.
The Megas is 10.
Oh, Megas.
I'm at the grocery store.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm using my phone.
Well, Ken, I'm so glad you're here because I didn't know who Megas was.
Yeah, that's when I have two Zoom accounts. Actually, I have one Zoom account. And that's the handle I use for that.
Now, which grocery store are you in? Can you believe I went to Walmart today? I thought I was going to kill myself when I was in there. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm in.
Freshway.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
It's a little IGA. There's five. There's five of them in the state of Georgia. I live in the sticks. A supermarket would be like Circle K or 7-Eleven.
Well, we got the Piggly Wiggly, baby. That's where we get our groceries. I'm all about the pig.
All righty, bro. I just wanted you to let me. And I have a question. Request, since I can't copy those links for those shared things since I'm out here on the phone. Could you post them on the chat somewhere?
Yeah, I'll post them on chat.
All right, thank you. I'll not interrupt you anymore.
Or if somebody else will, while I'm doing the class, if someone else will go in now and do it in the chat, put those two in there, that'd be great. The first one's the zero DTE that we use. I mean, what do I call it? My ES chart. And the second one is the thing. And if no one's able to do that, then I'll go back in and do it good. But I'm glad you're able to be with us from the grocery store. Groceries going up, y'all. You better get all your Lunchables you can. I hear there's going to be a shortage on them. Oh, and my friend that works in Walmart, she's in the milk department. I asked her if almonds had nipples. She looked at me kind of funny. Everybody's buying the almond milk. I'm like, I've never seen a nipple on an almond. How are you calling it almond milk, baby? Anyway, she said that she's putting stickers out on all the new foods today they're in the store. And guess what? She said all the prices are increasing by at least 20 cents on everything. It's happening. It's happening. The world is closing in among us and it's crippling us and inflation is here. So what happens? So let's think first of all. So what happens is the Fed's told us that tapering will begin. So what does tapering mean? Tapering means that they're not going to provide the liquidity that they've been doing by buying all of these bonds. They're going to stop that. So that stops money from going into the money pool, right? So then what's going to happen is at some point, maybe in the next year, we've been hearing that for a long time. In the next year, at some point though, they're going to have to raise interest rates to combat inflation. That's how you do it. There's too many dollars chasing too few goods and services. And your prices go up. So what the Fed will do is at some point they will seek to decrease the money supply that's out there. So how you do that is then you raise interest rates so that people take money out of the free market and move it into safer investments bonds where they're able to actually get a little bit of a yield. The interest rates are so low now. Then they'll probably do something on the bank reserves. They can control that, how much banks have to have in reserves and all the kind of lending that the banks do with each other. They control rates there. So it's kind of cool that they have that ability. A lot of people think it's a farce and a conspiracy and it's the one world order with working with the markets. I don't know. All I know is all I got is what I see before me. I try not to watch the news, but I do kind of watch what the Fed's doing. So they say tapering will begin. So money's got to come out. And so money theoretically will move from stocks, from some of your, more conservative investors, more into safer things when the interest rates go up. Right now, the problem is, even if they increase interest rates, you and I aren't going to move money from the stock market, are we? Because, an interest rate of 0.25% is nothing. If you raise that 0.5%, that's still nothing. So what are you going to do with your money? Well, you got to put it somewhere. So people are putting it in the markets still. So we'll see if it takes money out of the markets. Now, I have not changed my assumption. Now, my assumption, my thesis is that we're going to have a correction. It's got to happen. Will it happen in the next month, next 3 months? I don't know. But we got to prepare for that, right? And I even prepare for weekends as well. Let me show you what we did before we look at the market. So I had some working orders. Now you say I have 0 working orders. This is kind of cool. I have 2 orders filled today. Now you remember I had this one set to harvest my 3 at 20 cents, right? Well, it went to 25 yesterday, and I was thinking, oh man, it'll probably get to 20 today. But then I saw the market go down a little bit, and I said, well, I'm not going to take chances of this going back up to 50 or 60. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, I wish I hadn't done it because I bet you I could do it for 20 right now. Let's see, create duplicate order. Let's do that. Oh man, do I suck. So I bought it back for 30. I should have left it at 20, right? So volatility has come out of the market a little bit today. And you can see that in the price of the options, right? So, I was a little overly cautious there, should have stuck with the plan. Now, the good thing is I did not change this. So look what happened now. I mean, my wall, and we'll look at it a little bit, should have got much, much stronger because I harvested 3 shorts, took risk off. And now I bought 5 at $1.70. Sweet. So we fill that in no time. So we'll look at that in a minute, but let's look at the market now just for a second. So the market had a good size range today, didn't it? 17 to 39. What is that? 22 points. So the ranges are getting a little bit. Remember when we were like 6 and 7 on a daily basis? So now we've got a flat AD. We see flat AD. It's not, it's gone down all day. There was support here at 0. And we're kicking back up toward the 50 number. This is a sign that, to me, traders are very, very tired. They're tired. They're tired of what we had to go through with the big drop. Last week, beginning of this week, we've really hit it up for the last 2 days. Market's been up really, really big. And now they're just tired. We're going into the weekend. We're just tired. So I don't see a sell-off coming today. I don't see anything other than maybe, just some back and forth action. And a lot of times you'll see action in that last 30 minutes when the algos kick in and get ready for the weekend. So we'll see what they do. But looks like we got support on the AD line down here. So I don't anticipate a big sell-off today. I don't anticipate anything that maybe just popping up and down a little bit for the rest of the day. I think it's going to be one of those where if I want to get a nap, I can get a nap. Well, it's 2:46, so I can't get a nap. My kids will be here any moment. I thought we were doing this at 12 today. All right, so that's that. The alligator's opening up, though. We're above VWAP. We're above the hourly mid. The hourly mid was going up. This kind of going down. So it's just everything's flat. Everything's nice and flat. But if we're looking, if I had to make a decision on what the market direction is going to be the rest of the day, see all these lines down here? Support, 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 cash open, support. Here's the opening range here, support. Here's the overnight low, support. What do we have to the upside? Nothing but the overnight high, baby. So if you said, Bobby, where do you think the market's going? I would say there's probably a bigger chance of us going to 44.51 than there is just going down to 44.20, just for the day. All right, let's go to our volume profile, as we always do. I need to just save this as ES so we never have to look at SPY. Let me do that. Let me save this volume. Save grid as there. Now we won't have to change it every time. All right. Well, I'll be dang. Look what happened. What did we anticipate? A fight. Where? The fight is here. Do you see the fight? They go up and they bring it down below it. They bring it down, then we go back up to it, then the fight goes down, da-da-da, 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 and we're still hanging out at the point of control. Now, interestingly, it looks like the point of control went down just a little bit. Yesterday, I think the point of control was here. So we went down just a little bit in the point of control. We're above the 20 moving average, above the 50 moving average, and below the 200. We can also look at this on a daily basis, on a daily chart. Go out longer. What does that look like? So point of control now is downward on a daily calendar. And you choose one to make your assumptions. Most of the stuff that we do, we're making trades, 10 days out other than our micros that we sometimes sell. So, point of control here. But I like looking at it on a more granular basis. And that is here. So I think we're we are overbought. If I had to guess for movement next year, for next week, my assumption next week is we'll probably see, we may tag this, we may go down here, fill in some of these gaps here and come back into this fair value range. Now watch what a smart guy I am. Watch how Bobby Genius is. But if we don't go down here, guess what we're going to do? We're going to go here. You got to hedge your bets, right? So if we don't do here, we're going here. Oh man, I love it how the people do that, right? But I don't know. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I have no idea. But what I'm trying to say is, we got to make a decision right now. If we had to label this, you and I need to label this as, and I hope everybody sees this. This is overbought. Overbought. this area is fair value. And this value is oversold for this fair value area, right? So that's where we're at. So because we're overbought, if I had to say anything, we're probably going to track in here and maybe come back into this area. That's my assumption over the next 10 days, but I have no idea. All right, so then we got to look at our other little thing that gives us so much clarity into normalcy. And what is that? That is our beloved skew driver. And our beloved skew driver, we look to see what the 20-point wide SPX spread on the put side, what it is going for. And we look for the one that is going for $5.20 is 30.64 down. Everybody see that? 30.70. So we'll say 30. Look at that, y'all. Had we done what we knew to do right there, but we didn't do it. We didn't do it. Why? Because we doubt the power of the crystal ball. And I said yesterday, I titled our session yesterday, have we finally created a crystal ball? And I'm thinking that maybe we have. What does that mean? There are times of normalcy. There are times of extremes, and extremes lead back to normalcy. Given this information, you and I should have been long on the market right here. It's an extreme. So now we're at the point of normalcy. We're at the point of 25 to 35, which is normal. And about 31 is the mean. And we are there today. So I kind of like what the mood indicator said. The mood indicator, which is set up for a 0 DTE trade though, keep in mind that the mood indicator says, mood indicator, what does it say? Mood indicator says, oh, they're saying a skewed bullish iron condor. Look at there. Now we're in the accumulation stage. I like that. Mood is bullish, 60.97% bullish. Potential trade, skewed iron condor. And I see what happened. This came up into here, right? But it's still not saying do a put spread. It's saying do a skewed bullish iron condor. And that's kind of interesting. And again, this was built for 0 DTE. Can we use this to extrapolate anything else? I'm not sure. Now watch what happens when you change the time frame. I think they set this up on a 1 minute or 5 minute time frame. So I put it on a 5 minute time frame. But what happens when you put this on the same time frame as our volume profile? That should be interesting, right? Where it looks at the 30-minute moves. Let's see what it says. So that on a 30-minute chart and a 10-day, which is what we use on the volume profile. And this was, again, created for SPX. If you change this to something else like ES, it doesn't look right, right? It doesn't do all the cool little things. It doesn't do all that stuff for us. So it was created solely for SPX, but we kind of extrapolate from SPX to ES since they are so very similar. So let's go back to SPX, 30-minute, 10-day. So now, what's it telling us? It tells us the tick, tells us the volume. What I guess what that's saying, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, is the volume is 1.95 what it normally would be. Is that what that means? 1.95 to 1? Almost twice the volume. I'm not sure that's what that means. I got to figure that out. And it gives us the AD, and it tells us we're in an accumulation stage, and the mood is neutral. And if we were going to put on a trade for today, it'd be an iron condor. I think I'm going to save this on a 30-minute because that's where I like looking, keep all my charts consistent. So I'm going to save grid as mood indicator thing. And we'll use this on the 30-minute, kind of a longer chart. But I kind of like that it tells us, hey, we're neutral and we're iron condor. What does the skew driver tell us? Skew driver tells us business as usual. It's kind of normal, right? So I think we could be neutral here. This kind of tells us neutral as well. Then what does the volume profile say? As we go back and look at that, volume profile says, well, we are at the point of control. That's kind of a neutral feeling on this side. Now, on the market profile, this is volume profile, all these little things over here, right? This is the amount of volume traded at price. It says we're neutral. We are at the point of control. On the market profile, which is the amount of time, not volume of shares, but the amount of time, as in hours, as in days, as in 30-minute increments, it says that we are overbought for this fair value period. So if we were doing anything, you know, we're neutral to slightly bearish. Now that's what I need to come into next week thinking. I am neutral to slightly bearish, even though I believe that the big drop is coming at some point. I just don't think it's going to be next week. It's coming at some point. We may have a lot of volatility. We may have a lot of 1% and 2% moves before then, down or up. We've seen that all this week. We've seen 1% move ups. We've seen 1% and plus moves down in a single day. I think we got more of that coming. So what is my hypothesis for the coming week? Always good to use Friday to look at the next week. Well, I'm neutral to bearish. God, isn't that sweet? Isn't that sweet? And then the other thing that we hadn't looked at in a while, and I need to remember all of our tools, right, is look at the E-minis. This is a daily chart. And I got too much garbage on here. Look, I got the RSI, I got the MACD, I got, you know, I don't need all that stuff. And remember, we were even playing with this little Darvis, whatever thing that is, which is kind of cool. But what I really like to look at on these charts is I like to look at the linear regression channel. And the linear regression channel is upward. We are still in an upward linear regression channel on a daily chart. And even check what happened. So here's what happened, you know, this week and last week. We started coming down from the tops. Well, we kind of should have known to get bearish here, right? Because what? We were coming down. Now, when we got here, you could have said, hey, man, we need to get bullish. Well, you may have done it a little too early and you'd probably felt like crap at this point with that big red candle there. But then look what happens. It's almost as if it says, hey, wait a minute, guys, we just dropped out of the channel. We got to get our sneaky little butts and we got a doji. Look at that, y'all. Or is that an abandoned baby? I forget. Is that a cup and saucer or head and shoulder? I don't know. So then we've got price now doing what? Just like, I mean, can you imagine if we had used this and the skew driver and the big gray monster? We should have been making money right here. We should have been bullish. Should have known it. Should have known it. And we got a big old, what, 200 moving day average down here. We're good. Life is good. Okay. Now, so what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it, Bob? Now that we're going into next week, neutral to slightly bearish. Well, let's see. And y'all are going to see me start looking at my Greeks more and more and more. Like we did the first 6 months of the year. Enough playing. So my deltas are -56. Make sure you're SPY weighted so we can compare apples to apples. I have a negative theta. Oh, I didn't yesterday. Why did it turn negative today? I don't know. And I've got positive vega. Are you kidding me? So I'm up 32 bucks on the day. Look, how does daddy do? So with that being said, I'm neutral to bearish for the next week, which is kind of cool. So at some point, I got to get me some theta and I can afford to sell some options and get me a little vega. So since I'm neutral to bearish, what I could do is I could come in and I could do an MES trade. And the mood indicator kind of got me thinking, hey, yeah, we're kind of neutral, aren't we, Bob? Yeah. So why don't we go out closest to 60 days? Why don't we sell us a strangle? How about that? Or if you want to do an iron condor, that's fine. I like strangles. And remember, we always like selling a 10 delta here, right? So 10% probability of being in the money. So let's get 19 bucks on that one. All right. So that's the 10% probability of money. Now think about it. So over the next week or so, we're kind of neutral to we're a little bit bearish. And I hate selling calls, but I'm gonna treat this as one trade, okay? So we could go up here and we could do a 10% probability of being in the money call, sell a call, right? But I think I'm gonna go in just a little bit more, collect a little bit more premium. So I'm gonna go to a 13 delta to 12%. So that's a little bit bearish, right? Oh crap. Gotta hold your control key down, Bobby. Let's go grab that other one for $19. Let's see what a strangle looks like. $19. There we go. Control key down, sell that one. All right, that gives me 31.50 credit. So I could bring in only takes me $13 in buying power. Why? Because I've got all these short trades on, right? And my credit is $154. Kind of like that. So let's analyze the trade. Analyze the trade. Remember, what's the assumption? I am positions. So it just shows me my simulations. Looks like we got more than one here. I got a calendar in here. I say I got a calendar in here. Take that out. Let's delete the calendar. So that should be the only thing. Take that off. Yep, goes flat. All right, so what Greeks does this little puppy give me? It gives me a little bit of negative delta. It gives me a little bit of positive theta, and it takes a little bit of negative theta. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's work this trade. So go confirm it's in. Oh, Matt, wait till you see what I did. You're going to be so proud of me. So I'm going to send that order. Can we get filled? Can we get filled? So we got a slightly negative delta strangle. Now, if strangles are not your thing, if you get scared of strangles, I got you. Do an iron condor. Do an iron condor. So let's correct a little less credit. A little less. Yep, I'll share the chart with the VWAP. That's the one I shared. Yes, a while ago, the one with VWAP. And I'll make sure I put it, Ken, into the thing. So we got us a strangle, y'all. Look at us. All right, let's get back to our groups today. Show my groups, baby. All right, look what I did, Matt. Look, I got my 111s all in a row. I got my BSHs all in a row. I got my BWBs all in a row. My calendars all in a row. I got my Frankensteinians in a row. My micro short puts. My SPY empire that I've not talked about yet, but I'll talk about. I got my space trip trades. I got my VIX hedge here. I got my man to shake it all about. All right, so now we've got an MES strangle. Oh God, which one is it? Field order. Let's see. I sold another put yesterday. That's what it was. So field order was the 3870. All right, so let's put these in their place. So we'll put that put, hold your control key down, call. Then we're going to move this to a group, and we're going to add a group, and we're going to call this, I don't know, strangle one. Ta-da! Now, y'all, I'm going to put it in its place. If I keep doing this every day we're together, I won't have to worry about these much. Where's my strangle? My God, I thought I just created it. Where's it at? Am I losing my marbles? Strangle. Oh, here it is. Strangle one. Puts it on the top. I don't want it on the top. I want to move it down, dang it, because I want these things. I want them in alphabetical order. Wouldn't it be great if I could just drag that thing down? It just makes me so mad. And I know this is not entertaining as I move my strangle down, but if I don't do it now, I won't do it. Let's move it down. Oh, crap, I'm on the wrong line. Move it down. Geez, I'll do that later. No, I won't. You know I won't. So let's look at our strangle. So our strangle gets us a little bit of negative delta, a little bit of positive theta, and a little bit of negative vega. I like it a lot. Now let's see what else we can do. So yesterday, looks like I put this puppy on, which was a micro short put. I did that after we left together. I was like, I'm gonna get a little more credit in here. Hold on, micro short puts. All right. Now, what have I got here? Oh, Soapy, hey. So now I've got to put this in my BSH. I say I got to put this in my BSH short puts. All right. Yep, that's where I got to put it. BSH short puts. Because see, look, I've only got the 3 there that I sold. So I got to put my long puts in the BSH 10 short puts. Yep, there it goes. So right click. And we're going to go move to group. I got to go up here and go BSH 10 short puts. All righty. And we got that in there. It's a quantity 0, so everything's allocated. All right, so now I got to change the name of it because this is a complete BSH that I got on for 67 days. All right, so now let's go and let's call this. Oh, shut up. dog. BSH 10 complete. I think we'll call this complete. That way we know it's a complete BSH. Complete. I apologize, y'all. Here comes kids. I just get ready. Help us all. Hey, babies, welcome home. Go ahead, good day at school. Didn't get no fights. All right, now what I'm gonna do. Oh, also, we need to change one of our BSHs because we got rid of the 5 or the 3. Remember, we harvested that. So this is after harvest loans. So I need to change that name, rename group to BSH 7 after harvest loans. And we have harvested the shorts. Beautiful. Isn't that sweet? Yes, I want to do that. Now then, we look really, really good. All right, let's go to our trade page. Let's just see our ES, see if we need to have any more working orders since we've got all our working orders finished. So let's go to ES because we're looking at our Black Swan hedge. Hey, y'all be a little quiet, okay? All right, so that's green only. So that means that I've just got loans there and I've only got 6 days on those. We've got 21 days on these, and it looks like we've got short options here. So we probably need to put an order in to call. Wait a minute, there's shorts. Aha, hold on. That's just a loan option. So that's an after harvest loan. Oh, this must be where I have the space trip trade. Yep, space trip trade. So there's nothing to do there. Let's go to 56 days. What do we have here? Aha. So, you know, at some point we need to go ahead and put in a order to close these. Let's go ahead and do that. Create closing order at $1.10. We're going to harvest that at 20 cents, 0.20, and do that as a GTC order. Ta-da! Right? That's a harvest order. So let's harvest that. Great. And I can't wait to go look at our hedge now because we made some good moves. Have we done anything in the 67? That's a complete tranche. Anything else here? Nope. All right, so let's go analyze our Black Swan hedge. All right, so you want your beta symbol to be ES, 4 vol steps, and we move that up to 15%. Why? Because I think that's going to basically tell us what IV will be, implied volatility will be on a 20% drop. And that's where I protect my account. I want to see what I am on a 20% drop. So hide positions is not what I want to do. So I want to hide simulations so that it shows my positions. And you notice here, here's where we are today with delta negative 58, right? Because this is ES delta. So we're negative 58 deltas. Our ES positions have negative 151 thetas, and we're up 222 on the day on all of our positions. Now, here's what we need to do. Let's go to this and go, instead of portfolio beta weighting, we want to go single symbol. Now, this is what looks better, right? So on just the ES, we're negative, 63? On our ES positions, our theta is negative 100. Our profit per day just on ES is this. It says if we go down 20%, our delta will be positive. Our theta will be huge. Remember, he tells us and swears to us, Ron Bertino does, that it's fake negative theta. We'd have huge vega, and we would have a profit of $4,106. We'd make 4,666.55 on a 20% drop. But this does not take into the effects of the volatility increasing. Let's make that 924. All right, so let's look at volatility and what we would be in volatility. First thing though I got to do is take out my space trip trades, 10, 10, 7, 7s, because I want to see how my actual hedge is going to perform, not these other trades. Then we'll take out the second space trip trade, 10, 10, 7. Or 10, 10, 6, 6. So everything that remains is my Black Swan hedge. So let's see if we got this thing fixed finally. Looks like we do. And looks like if we had a 20% drop. Now, and again, this is just a forecast. This isn't exactly what would happen, but on a 20% drop, and I want you to watch this box here. draw you a little circle, right? At various volatility rates. And let me go back to my thingy. So at a 20% down, notice that one at the bottom, it says that volatility would be 78.5%. I think that would probably be a good estimation. Or you could take this number here where it would be 63.5%, right? And on a 20% drop, then we'd be up 104,000. Am I happy? Oh, heck to the yeah. What if volatility only gets up to 63.52% on a 20% drop? Well, we're up 72,000. Right? That's what happened to me in March and February of 2020. And I'm setting up for this to happen again. Now, it may not be that with, let's see, sometimes this one is a little bit harder for the thing to figure out, but let's just look and see what would happen if we basically said, show it all. So if we left the space trip trades on there, space trip trades and everything on there. So then a 20% move, we're up 62,000 to 93,000. Okay. Well, what about if we put everything in there? What if we put the whole kit and caboodle, right? Our portfolio beta weighted. So that would include the 111 trades. It would include, you know, anything else that we have in there. Let's see how the entire portfolio would do. Now we look down and the entire portfolio would be up 31,000 to 58,000. Now, chances are if we got a sudden move down, I would start closing those micro short puts that I have. I would be taking realized losses on those probably before we ever woke up 20% down, right? You see me, I'll cut a loser. I'll cut them in a heartbeat. I don't care about them at all. I would cut them. But it's interesting to know the entire portfolio on a down move is going to be up 58,000 to 31,000. I can take that. Man, I could even ride those micro short puts all the way down, couldn't I? You see how sweet that is? And that's including the strangle that we just got put on. That's including all of that. The only problem in my portfolio now is if we go back to the creeks, is that I got to get my theta up, right? I don't want to have a theta burn. And so now that I've closed that 3 puts in the Black Swan hedge, that was giving me a lot of theta. And I had positive theta yesterday. So my Vega is very manageable. My Delta is perfect going into the weekend. I just got to get my theta up. That's no big deal. So what could we do to do that? What could we put on knowing what we know, having the assumptions that we know, and having the market up, you know, just flat? Well, I still like our little broken wing butterfly trade. I still like those. Now I took some off because I was a little nervous the other day, took them off in one account, left them on in the other. What's the correct way to do it? I don't know. But the good thing is I could have a little bit of positive delta, couldn't I? If I wanted to be totally delta neutral, I could do that. And I need to bring in a little theta. So there's a couple things that I could do. Number one, let's see what our friend the VIX has done today. Let's see what our friend VIX has done. VIX. VIX is down 69 cents. That is really, really good. If we go back to the chart of VIX, look at this, y'all. We're back to the, we're back getting close to those lowies. So on a day when the market's up just a little bit and the VIX is down, what could you do? Well, if you don't have your VIX hedge on, you can put that on. Has anybody done that? I did it the other day. I don't think I did it during our session. So I've got a 120-day, I've got the 25-day, the 60-day, the 90-day, and the 120 days all on, right? 0.0025% or whatever, 0.25% of your portfolio, right? Mine's like $100 worth of calls. So I've got those in. So I don't need to do that again until we get down to 120, because I got to keep this up now, because my assumption is we're going to have a major correction. All right, with that assumption and knowing that if we get a major drop that I'm still protected to the downside, then I can certainly put on some trades that are defined risk trades. So let's look at SPX. Now it's always better to build them over here. SPX. SPX trade. And I think I've got them in the 0 and 3 over there. So if we go to the 5-day, which would be, was that Wednesday? Oh, September 29th. September 29th is Wednesday's expiration. I'm pretty comfortable putting one there. So let's go long put butterfly, go snap the back leg to make it broken, then move those strikes down where we collect $1. So we can go, what the crap, oh. Snap them, like $1. 580. I hate it when it starts doing this. Let's see, pop. So I want this one, I want this one, and this one. All right, move y'all's as little tails thing. Darn it. That's 470. Here. Let's go down here. Let's go here. That's 380. 5 there. All right, now let's see if it'll let me move them down. Yeah. 340, 310. No. I got my strikes all messed up. This one goes up here. This one goes here. This is so weird, y'all. Look at it. There we go. Now we got to move them back this way, don't we? All right. I thought we were going way too out. So there's 60 cents. There's 60 cents. There's 70 cents. There's 75 cents. There's 85 cents. Let's try one more. All right. There's $1.40, but that ain't right, because we want these two to be next to each other and this one to be broken. So about there, let's go up one more, see what that looks like. Now, $1. I like it. So let's put it on in the Thinkorswim account. So we're saying 5 days. See how I cleaned them up really nicely. Now I did take some losses. Part of it, 4,400 or 4,440. 4,440. Let's see what this gives me. 4,440. We're going to buy 4,435. We're going to sell. I'll get the control key down and then break the back leg. So we're going to swip that 10, 5, 10. So we're going to buy this one. And we're going to turn this to 2 shorts for a 95-cent credit. Filled. Nothing. Jack squat. And we're filled. There we go. So let's go put that in a little group. So we'll show groups. And we'll call this, oh, it looks so much better with everything in the row. We'll call this BWB puts 3. Isn't that sweet? BWB puts 3. Now, right click, move to group, add group. BWB puts 3. All right, let's look at that. That puts it at the top, unbelievably. And what does that give us? Gives us a little bit of positive delta, gives us some positive theta. And you know, that's been the strange thing about these. Even when, I mean, this is a positive theta trade, right? Now we put on a couple of these where it says the theta is 0 to negative. You know, that's to me not really correct. I mean, this is a positive theta trade, not a lot, but it gives us positive theta and a little bit of negative vega and positive delta. So now when you look at your Greeks, and we're going to do that more and more. I tried to experiment without it. I don't like it. So now I'm going into the weekend with a little negative deltas. I'm flat on my thetas and my vega is good. So I still don't have theta burner do it. So what else could I do, you know, to keep a little bit of negative delta, a little bit of positive, or a little bit of positive theta and a little bit of positive vega? Well, again, we could do, it may be a good day to do a SPX, and the SP 500 is up 0.12%, up just a little bit. VIX is down. So it might be another good day to put on a calendar. We've got one on already because we want positive theta. We want, you know, I mean, we're good on our deltas. Deltas don't really need to be adjusted, but we like some positive theta And this should give us a little positive Vega. So what do? Well, you go out closest to 60 days. That's the way I like setting them up. Now, this is kind of cool too, because what if, let's just look. I like to go 40% probability of being in the money. It's just where I like doing it. So there's that one. So I don't want to do the same strikes. I'll probably do this one right here. So I'm going to buy the 436 out 60 days. Then I'm going to sell the 436 out at 26 days. 436. Sell the nearer dated option. Now you'll like this because, and Ken posted this too. If you don't know what each trade gives you, it's a great skill to learn. Let's just analyze the trade so that you can see. All right, so SPY, we're going to hide positions, only show you the simulations. Make sure that's the only one out there. Yep. So here is the trade. We'll do a single expiration so you can see what the risk graph looks like. So see, you're playing for a little bit of a down move there, right? What was our assumption? Our assumption is we're neutral to bearish. So if we are bearish, then this should be a nice little trade. So what this trade gives you is a little bit of negative delta. Look at your price slices, it's a 0. Gives you a little bit of negative delta. I don't care about gamma. It gives us a little bit of positive theta, and it gives us positive vega. Isn't that sweet? Isn't that what we want? We want this. I mean, our deltas are okay already. Thetas, we need positive theta. That gives us a little bit of positive theta. So let's route that puppy. Let's get it. Get it, get it, get it, get it, got it, got it, got it, got it. Oh, let it roll. Sorry, 2 of my daughters are taking cheerleading, so I'm all into the cheer. And I'm like, first of all, our cheerleading coach, bless her little heart, she needs to eat her a cheeseburger. I told Beth, I said, get her a get that poor old gal a gift certificate to the Applebee's. I said that gal, and I can tell when people need to eat more, because have you ever seen people when they walk, you can see space between their legs? Y'all, mine's just rubbing together, tearing my blue jeans up, right? Ripping holes on the inside. I mean, my thighs are, man, they flapping together like everything. But hers, she got space in between them. And I feel so sorry for her. She needs to eat some. So I told Beth, I said, get her an Applebee's so we can send that gal to eat. Now, what was I doing? Oh, so we got a calendar. So let's go back to our groups. Show our groups. And we're going to call this a calendar 2. All right, calendar 2. So right click, move to group, add group, calendar 2. Now, calendars are what we like putting on in low volatility. Believe it or not, we got low volatility now. If you think volatility is going to increase, these are great to put on. All right. So now let's see what we got. Let's go look at it, make sure it's up there. Yes, she is. Negative deltas, positive theta, positive vega. Now, what do our overall Greeks look like? Our overall Greeks look like. So groups. Now, God, nothing I do gets set to positive, does it? Well, it's flipping around all over the place. Flipping around all over the place. Now, let's look at one more thing. Let's go over here. And you remember my Frankenstein trade? I'm not finished with it. And it was on ES. And you remember, didn't we go out 86 days? Yeah, here it is, 84 days now. And you and I have been buying options. We've been buying them way down here, y'all. And we bought 2 already. We bought one at 2. Where did we buy? We bought one at 310. We bought one at 245. What could we buy one today for? Y'all, we could buy another one for a deal on our Frankenstein trade for $2. Keep in mind, we bought them preparing our hedge for 310, 245 for an average price of 2.77. So our cost basis is 2.77. Today, we could buy another one for $2. Do I want to? I do. But the problem is that by doing that, if I bought another one, let me show you this. If we analyze that trade, what does it do? Well, it does something that we don't want to do, and that it gives us Hold on, let me show you. Make sure that's the only one on the board. Yep, only one on the board. What it does is it gives us negative delta, which is okay. But see what I don't like? I don't like the negative theta. I don't like the negative theta. I like the positive theta, but I don't like that. So I actually think that I do want to complete this hedge though. I do want to buy 5 here and I want to sell 3. And if we get a good down day, hopefully I'll be able to do that. If not, I've just paid for insurance. But I think I may even get this cheaper on Monday. So let's let it go another day because we've analyzed our trade. I guess more than anything, I want you guys to be portfolio managers. You know that I love trading things, changing it up, moving things around. And I do that in this account a lot, right? Why do I do it in this account? This account is my fun account. I like playing with it, changing things up, doing different strategies so that I implement the best of the best in the actual portfolio that I manage for other people. So I don't do all the playing around there. I do the playing here. I love playing around in this account, doing different things. So we're able to do that here. And I've already showed you that my downside hedge is awesome with every position that I have on. We're up, what, $30,000 on a 20% drop? I like it with everything that we've done. Now you could do 1-1-1 trade today. You could do that, but normally I reserve those for down days. So up days, what can we do? Let's draw it again. I can't say this enough. We've got new people that join us. So up days, what do you do? That's the day. And then we got down days. So we got up days and down days. You got to know what to do on up days. So on up days, what do? That's the day that you sell calls and call spreads. But I don't like selling calls. So what we did today is an up day, and we kind of sold calls because we did a strangle because we're neutral to slightly bearish, and we did it as a slightly bearish position, right? But we did sell a call today. It's a strangle. What else do? You buy puts on up days, or you buy put spreads. So if I wanted to complete my Frankenstein trade, I mean, yeah, I could buy one today, buy one again on Monday, but I don't want the negative theta because my theta is a little low right now. I need to get this up, and I will get this up. All right, what do you do on down days? Oh, another thing on up days, let me do this. We buy calendars, right? It's exactly what I did today. On up days, when the VIX is down and the market is up, well, you buy calendars. If you think that, volatility is low, this gives us on the put side, gives us negative delta, positive theta, and positive theta. It's a beautiful little trade to get these things all back where you need to be. All right, so what do we do on down days? On down days, you sell puts, right? Down day, you're going to sell a put, or sell a put spread, or you're going to buy calls or buy call spreads on down days. So now you know what to do. Or on down days, what else do? We do the 1-1-1 trade. So now you've got an arsenal of things to do. Well, what do you do on a day when it's just neutral? Oh, that's a great day to do what we did today, right? It's kind of a neutral day. So we did a strangle. So on a neutral day, you do a strangle. If the market's kind of neutral, or you do an iron condor. Now look at you. Look at you. You came in maybe not knowing anything about options, 5-6 months ago, and now you know what to do. On down days, you know what to do. If you think things are going to be, neutral, you know what to do. And if things are going up, you know what to do. Sell calls, buy puts, buy calendar. Down day, sell puts, buy calls, do the 1-1-1 trade. Isn't that beautiful? Can you imagine? And there's just people out there on Wall Street bets just, gambling. They don't know what they're doing and when they're doing it. Another thing you could do on a down day when you're buying calls. So if you wanted to do, Ken and I don't like calling this, but if you want to do the leaps, right? Or what they call the poor man's covered call, then a great time to buy your, 6-month to a year to 2-year leap is on a big up day. That's when you buy, on a down day. On a big down day, that's when you buy your calls. All right, say you want to sell calls against that. Well, when do you sell calls? Well, you do it on big up days. Isn't that great? So now you're just opportunistically, that's the word I'm looking for, opportunistically putting on trades. So, you know, you go, well, isn't there more things, man? Lord, things are filling all over the place. Well, yeah, there's other things you could do. You could do ratio spreads. You could do, what are there? Diagonals. You and I have done diagonals a lot of times. Right? There's all different kind of trades that you can do. Probably do those on down days, right? Ratio spreads or diagonals, depends on if you want to put your long on at the same time. It's kind of like the leap thing, right? With our diagonals. So you've seen it all. Man, we've even traded some jade lizards. You know, trade what you're comfortable with. Do the Rick trade. Rick man's making a fortune on the Rick trade. He just does a Rick trade. A little bit else. He put a little hedge on. He does the Rick trade. You know, whatever makes you happy. You know, do it. And do it opportunistically. Know what the probabilities are. You know, hey, on an up day, it's good to do this because I can get a better price. On a down day, it's better to do this because I can get a better price. And then you say, well, Bobby, you're just shooting that out of the water, aren't you, today? Because, let's see, have I even got a working order? Okay, that's just one of my hard. Have I sold anything in my micros? I have not. Now you're saying, wait a minute, Bob. The market's up 0.24%. Why would you be selling something? And not only that, you know, you expected it to be this to that. Well, I can do it because I look over here and I go, well, you know what? I don't have enough theta. I've got positive vega and I've got short delta. And if I want to be, you know, kind of delta neutral, keep that at 0 or slightly negative, I can afford to sell one. So then I'll go to the micros. So I don't want to confuse you. I don't want to think I'm being hypocritical. I go to 56 days. And you're saying, but Bobby, you already did whatever I strangled today. I did. So I guess I'm doing more bullish trades today. But I could do the 38.80. Bring me in 19.25. There we go. So let's put that into my short put repertoire. Now look, now I got a little bit of positive this. I still got negative delta going into the weekend, and my vega is neutral. Isn't that sweet? Who knows what my theta is? It's positive, negative. But I do know that I just put on a positive theta trade, a positive delta trade, and a trade that is negative theta. And if you don't know that right off the top of your head, trust me, it will come. I remember when I was first watching Tom Shoshnoff back in 2012, and they were talking about thetas, and deltas, and vegas, and gammas, and betas, and I was like, what in the crap is this? And then all of a sudden you wake up one day, I swear, one day you go, oh. So I'm gonna move that put to my short puts. Hey, Beth. Okay. I'm almost finished. All right, so now I've got everything placed, everything good, and I can go into the weekend really, really comfortable with where I'm at. Negative delta, maybe 0 to positive theta, and my vega is flat. Questions on that at all? Isn't that sweet? Ain't you excited, Matt? He's so excited, and he just can't hide it.